This is London on the 1st of September, 1666. 400,000 people. 80,000 of them inside the old Roman walls, in a city built for a fraction of that number. It has not rained since November. Every floor is built to project further than the one below. Across the narrow lanes, the upper stories come within a few feet of each other. Nobody considers this dangerous. It is simply how the city is built. The conduits have run thin all summer. The river is low. Nobody minds much. It is only a dry year. Thomas Farriner is a baker in Pudding Lane. He supplies ship's biscuit to the King's Navy. Tonight he rakes out his ovens and banks the coals, the way he has every night for years. The wind is from the east. "1 o'clock in the morning. Nobody is awake to see it. Farriner gets out through an upstairs window with his daughter and his manservant. They cross the tiles to the house next door. There is a maidservant in the house with them. She will not climb. She is the first person to die in the Great Fire of London. No one recorded her name. This is everything London has. Leather buckets and a brass syringe worked by 3 men. Only one thing has ever stopped a fire in a city built of wood. The hook is there. It needs the Lord Mayor's authority. London's water is pumped out of the river by wheels built into the arches of London Bridge and carried under the streets in hollowed elm trunks. The fire reaches the waterworks in its first hours. The men with buckets do not yet know the supply behind them has already gone. The timbers are sealed with pitch to keep the weather out. The fire does not have to cross the street. It steps over it. By dawn, it has reached the riverside. Pitch, tar, oil, hemp, brandy, coal. Everything the city trades in, stacked along the water. 2 streets away, a naval official named Samuel Pepys digs a pit in his garden. He buries his papers, his wine, and a Parmesan cheese. He got them back. Sir Thomas Bloodworth, Lord Mayor of London, is woken and brought to see it. He can order the houses pulled down. He would also answer for the cost of rebuilding them. He judges that it will burn itself out. He goes back to bed. By morning, 300 houses are gone. The hook has not been used. In a city built of wood, the safe place is stone. All week, people carry what they own into the churches and stack it in the crypts. The booksellers of Paternoster Row move their entire stock into the vault beneath St. Paul's. The fire does not advance. It arrives. Burning fragments carried on the wind, coming down hundreds of yards ahead of it, in streets no one has thought to leave yet. Samuel Pepys watched the pigeons that day. They would not leave the houses. They clung to the windows and the balconies until their wings burned. The city decides almost immediately that the fire was set. England is at war with the Dutch. London is full of foreigners. Within a day, strangers are being stopped in the street, and the Privy Council has to post guards to protect them. There was never any evidence. There was never any plot. 70,000 people leave over 4 days. Carters who charge shillings on Saturday are asking pounds by Monday. They pay. The king puts his brother in charge. Soldiers, money, and the authority no one will use on Sunday morning. The houses come down. It works. It always would have. Somewhere in that line, working with everyone else, is the king. Charles II spent the 4th of September passing buckets and handing out guineas from his own purse to keep men at it. 3 days earlier, one man had refused to give an order because he might have had to pay for it. Old St. Paul's is wrapped in scaffolding. It is being repaired. The roof is lead. John Evelyn watched it run down the street in streams, and the stones burst like grenades. The vault beneath held the books. They burned for a week. The Guildhall burned from the inside. Its oak frame stood all night, glowing red in the dark, and did not fall. On the Tuesday night, the wind drops. The fire is no better and no smaller, but it is no longer being pushed. The fire breaks begin to hold. "436 acres, 13,200 houses, 87 churches, about 80% of everything inside the walls, and the streets are still there. In Pudding Lane, the only thing left standing is the oven. Christopher Wren submits a design for a new city within days. Wide avenues, open squares, a London that makes sense. It is rejected. The property lines are too old and too valuable. The city goes back up in brick and stone on exactly the ground it stood on before. A French watchmaker named Robert Hubert confessed to starting the fire. His confession made no sense, and he had not been in the country when it began. He was hanged at Tyburn in October. The official death toll is 6. Excavation in Pudding Lane has found pottery fused at temperatures near 1700 degrees. The poor were not counted, and at that heat there was nothing left to count. London remembers the shape of its streets exactly. It does not remember them.